it's a heat index of 101, so as a normal human being, let alone one wearing all black, I shouldn't be out here, but actually I kind of love it. In fact, I want to go for a run. If I had time, I would, because running in the heat I think it's fun. I like the challenge of it, because if you can run when it's 101 outside, when it's 75, you'll do even better. That's my logic, at least. I also want to go for a run to do a little bit better, because I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I said, well, you know, proudly that, well, my 5K time, I can do it in 40 minutes because I'm 40 years old and that feels good. And, you know, objectively, maybe it is, but he goes, you could probably do better. I would have thought you'd be able to do better than that. And I went, I mean, I could, yeah. Because as I thought about it, I said, well, I realized I have kind of plateaued and held back. And like, obviously I want to be safe and not overdo it, right? But there is a sense that I could be doing better. I could push myself and actually grow in that ability. And physical fitness is a good thing. This is not about to become a come with me on my fitness journey kind of video, because you don't care about that. But I do intend to challenge myself in that regard. But more importantly, I've also been challenged lately in spiritual things. I've heard a couple talks and seen a couple videos. But you know what? I can grow in that regard as well. I want to do that as well. Things like doing a holy hour more often. And so both of those things together, I want to combine them and say, you know what? No matter where we are in life, no matter what age we are, it's important to not get settled in, to not say, okay, I'm done growing, I can just stay here now, right? We should always be challenging ourselves and trying to move up to a better place, right? In the spiritual life especially, we never get all the way there. In physical fitness, there's a certain, obviously, limitations for our age and, you know, just how God made us, and that's fine. But especially in the spiritual life, complacency is one of the most dangerous things. To think, oh, you know, I'm good to go, I don't have to work on anything. No, that's not true. That's never true for the spiritual life. There's always a need for us. There's an opportunity for us to grow in faith and holiness. The Lord calls us to repentance day by day. That's why we have the sacraments of confession and other things like that. To challenge ourselves, even when it seems like it might be too much, right? There are plenty of times that might be the metaphor of 101 degrees outside. We think, you know what, I just can't do it. But that's probably not true. Maybe you can't do everything all at once. Maybe I can't run 10 miles right now, or maybe, you know, you can't do some other extreme thing at the moment, but you can do something, do a little bit, go outside for 5 minutes, right? We can start somewhere, and the spiritual life is like that too. Very often we can't, you know, we can't become a saint just overnight, but we can do small disciplines, pray a little bit here, pray a little bit there, and slowly we'll grow into prayer. Maybe you can't pray a whole rosary, start with a decade. Maybe you can't read a book of the Bible in a week, read just one chapter a day. There's 1,000 things like that that we can do to begin on our path to challenge ourselves to grow in holiness. So I'm going to work on my physical fitness, but also more importantly, my spiritual life, and I hope that you will too. Maybe I'll go for a run later today though, when it cools off, just slightly.